Welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and 10 pence less. From the kickoff to the final whistle blow, we'll take the two and we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With a laugh and a cheer, we bring out our best. No serious analysis, no expert critiques, just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. We'll wave the road, from sideline jokes to post-match tales, all big goofs and their big fails. We're not so serious, and that's our style. With each ahoy, we raise our skies. Ahoy, ahoy.
Wasted world of sports, hey?
Oh, he's copped the head right to the nuts. Tedesco's butt crack.
Ahoy!
He's nearly taken security's head off.
I have no idea what the wasted world of sports is.
Ahoy, Wasted Water Sports. How's everybody doing? Super Saturday, 3 big games about to come at you. Welcome along. Sam Vousden, ahoy. BFTA Vibes, ahoy mate. Manu World, ahoy. Kelly, ahoy there Kelly. Enjoy the game out there at Suncorp Stadium. Do not, I repeat, do not be going and stalking the hammer now, all right? Don't be going and stalking the hammer. You leave him alone. Only joking, of course. You wouldn't do such a thing. Ford Rawiri, ahoy mate. Gamer Mel, ahoy. And welcome along, whichever platform you're joining us on. Will Main, ahoy buddy. Ayush, ahoy mate. Storm vs Sharks. Well, we're jumping ahead of ourselves. Getting a little bit ahead of ourselves there. But I would dare say that the Melbourne Storm win that one quite comfortably. As much as I would love my Sharks to win, can't imagine it being the case. Will Main is a Dolphins supporter. Well, some good news, Dolphins supporter. The Warriors, they are bolstered by the return of James Fisher-Harris. They're bolstered by the return of Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. Here's my concern for the Warriors at the moment, and this will be a big test for them. Suncorp for Magic Round, back across the ditch, home game, back across the ditch to Suncorp again. That could be the concern for the Warriors. This will be the ultimate test. Are they the real deal in 2025? Well, this is the sort of thing that they need to get over if they are, in fact, the real deal in 2025. Lots of support, of course. Big time support in Queensland for the Warriors. As always, I've talked a few times in the past about how I've been to games, and essentially I've been to All Blacks games, and it's felt like an All Blacks home game. The Dolphins have won 4 out of the last 6 at Suncorp, so they always travel a lot better at home. I think we're in for a great game. It should be a close one. I would have, once again, it's one of my favorite bets this season. One of my favorite bets this season is either team to win by 1 to 12. I think it will be another close one, either side by 1 to 12, and it should be paying around about $1.60, $1.70. I don't think you can go wrong with that one. Should be a close game. The Hammer, look for the Hammer to exploit. So, here's the interesting thing. Curtis Capewell. Keep an eye on Kurt Capewell. Now, I do actually have Kurt Capewell in my same game multi for this one. So I've got him scoring a try, but Kurt Capewell is playing in the centres. Look for the Dolphins to inject the Hammer into the attacking line and just tear Kurt Capewell apart. I've got grave concerns for poor Curtis Capewell on defence. Can he get the job done? We're about to find out. Kickoff moments away. Dolphins versus the Warriors. And it is the Warriors with first use of the ball. Let's bring it on. Ayush, thank you very much for the roses over there on TikTok. Very much appreciate that, mate. Warriors bringing it out of their own end. Manuel, this is your first time watching this channel in 2025. Well, welcome back. By that statement, I'm assuming that you've been here in previous seasons. I do recognize the name as Aaron Clark. He's been in fine form, hasn't he? Aaron Clark up over halfway, fifth and last. And back to Metcalf for the kick. Down to the Hammer. Hammer gets his first run. Let's see what he can conjure up. Not much on this occasion. A wall of Warriors defenders. And he is driven backwards. So the Warriors off to a decent start. Lee Bowden, ahoy, mate. How are we doing? Emmanuel Vinson, ahoy, mate. Channel members, South the Wazoo, I love it. As Herbie the Lovebug takes it up to the 40. And he's got the penalty late in the tackle count. Ill discipline from the Warriors. Augie, 1A, 1-2. Ahoy there. Monine Sabuin, welcome back. Up the Waz. So an early penalty. Jermaine Asako thumps it into touch. Warriors side of halfway. They'll get the first shot here. Farnworth taps it. Nikarima in midfield to Kafusi. Kafusi backs into the defense. So 4 legs in this one. As I said, I'm a bit concerned about Kurt Capewell defending in the centres. Asako hands it off on the inside for Francis Molo. And the Dolphins now 30 metres out. Slow play the ball. They bring it left. Katoa back on the inside. Ray Stone. 25 out in midfield. Katoa shows it inside. Goes out. Here's the Hammer injected in the line. Can't send Avarillo on the outside. A couple of tackles left. Judah Shivian. Ahoy, mate. 20 metres out from the line over on that right edge. Fifth and last. Dolphins. Katoa with the kick over the top, and it's taken by Wateni Zalesniak, flying forward. Soul Glow. That hair just flowing through the air as he jumped. Well, that was good work there. DWZ. Henry, ahoy there, mate. Oh, I can't pick a winner in this one. Henry, I think it's going to be close. Either team 1 to 12. That was the sure bet. Innocent Anglerfish, ahoy. I went either team 1 to 12. I think it'll be that close, this one. Fifth and last, and they've raced through this set, the Warriors. Metcalf from deep inside his own half. Taken on the fall by Bostock and 2 smoking barrels. Patrick, ahoy there. Just let it shine. Let it shine through. Okay, so same game multi, 4 legs. Bostock, the Hammer. I think the Hammer is going to terrorize Kurt Capewell, defending out in the centres. DWZ and Kurt Capewell, whilst I think he's going to get hammered in defence, he should have a size advantage out there to take advantage close to the line and get a try himself. Get one back. Fifth and last for the Dolphins. Katoa puts it high. And running backwards to take it is Tuivasa-Sheck. Risky offload. Nickel Clockstad under pressure as he brings it out from his own end. Stalemate here early on. And now a penalty to the Warriors. The Warriors get a piggyback. So even Stevens here in the opening 5 minutes, as we expected. Nothing to separate these two teams. Ah. 40 out from their own line here. This is at Suncorp Stadium. Ghost. Suncorp Stadium. And it's the Warriors now, up over halfway, or just short. Tackle 2. Oh, big defense there on the returning Fisher Harris. He is a big in for the Warriors. We'll give them some good go forward. Clark out the back to Metcalf. Here's Alasima stepping back in field. Watch him score a try now that he's that he's not on here. And a loose pass by Wade Egan. It's scooped up, though, by the Warriors. Still in possession. Fifth and last. Harris Tavita puts the high ball up. Contestable with Tenny Zalesniak's there, but so too is Bostock. Farnworth offloads to the hammer. Broken play. Beware of the Dolphins in this situation. Avarillo can't get through. 20 out from their own line. Over on that right edge. What just happened here? Zakeo went down. We have a KO Sports outage. Uh-oh. I might have to flick over to the Foxtel. KO Sports outage. Well, that's the first time I believe that's ever happened. This is why I have emergency backup. Emergency backup Foxtel IQ box. Still 0-0 in this one, of course. Blair 420, ahoy mate. KO got KO'd. Says Raven. What are we paying for, huh? What are we paying for? It's interesting because I can hear sounds. I hear the sounds of the game. The Dolphins are on halfway, I do believe. And they've lost the ball. It's gone sideways. The play on here for the Dolphins. Tackle 4, 40 metres out from the line. Through the hands left they go. And it's a loose pass out the back. Boy, it's been very scrappy here. Very scrappy from the Dolphins. But they maintain possession here on the fifth and last. Katoa puts the kick up. With Tenny Zalesniak's under it. Bostock wins the leap for the ball. But the Warriors come away with it. Warriors inside their own 20. So that's interesting. I don't think I've ever had... KO's been pretty terrible. As the Warriors now get a penalty at their second piggyback. And upfield they can go. Ill discipline from the Dolphins early on. Jim Condon, ahoy, mate. Up the wires, says T. Penny. T. Penny? Or T. Payne? Warriors inside Dolphins territory now. 10 minutes gone in this one. Still no score. T-Pain. Sorry, T-Penny. I just really feel like pasta. I've got pasta on the brain. Italian food. All the way. 40 metres out from the line. Warriors on the attack. Looking for first points. Slow play the ball. Attacking the right edge. Metcalf takes the line on. Slow play the ball again. Fifth and last. And the ball is sent high. Warriors contest. Bat the ball back. Halasima's got it. Halasima flick pass back for Harris Tavita. Harris Tavita burrows his way under but spills the ball. Oh, it was almost on there. And didn't I say, watch Halasima score now that he's not in my multi for the first time in a long while. I've not put Halasima in. Dolphins now with some quick ruck ball. And they're right back up to halfway here on play 2. Good field position. Bostock now from dummy half. They've figured out a game plan. 40 metres out from the line. Play 3. Kafusi tries to bump off the first tackle. Tom Gilbert. He's got hold of him, though. Big Tommy Gilbert. Queenslander on Queenslander there. Nikorima. Inside ball for Farnworth. Heads back towards the midfield. Gets the flick pass back for Kafusi. Kafusi to Stone. Stone dummies. And surrenders in the tackle. Fifth and last. Katoa out the back to the hammer. Numbers to the right. Here's Asako. Flick pass back in field. What an amazing ball. Katoa now grubbers into the end goal. And it's collected by Mitch Barnett, who's tackled dead. Goal line restart. That is some fantastic work from the Dolphins. Beautiful passing. Team Cabling, ahoy. Raven 187, ahoy there. Bailey McGregor, ahoy mate. And Lee Bowden. Oz playing the USA. What's that in? Lee Bowden. As the Warriors go short with this restart, it's lost forward by the Dolphins. An offside position. And what a let-off that is for the Warriors. That is a massive, massive let-off. Jermaine Asako losing it forward into Ray Stone. Flo Lacey, ahoy. Always nice to see so many channel members in the chat. Cheers to the channel members. 213 Loz, hoping Metcalf scores. Metcalf has been in try-scoring form, hasn't he? My theory for leaving him out this week was that it's got to come to an end at some point, right? Take full advantage of it while it's there. But it's got to come to an end at some point, just the way that we went hard on Halasima until Halasima's tries started to dry up. Oh, in the rugby union. Very nice. Down the short side goes Nickel Klokstad. 10 metres out from the line here on the fifth and last. Sending this one high. Halasima spills it. Halasima spills it backwards to Harris Tavita. It's play on for now. And this could be the first try of the match. This might have a closer look. Halasima winning the battle in the air. We were just talking about him. The crossfield kick. Well, that's... Jeez, I don't know. I wouldn't want to make that call. I would actually dare say that that's gone forward, but... Seems like it's pretty clear forward momentum there from Halasima, who is also falling forward, giving it the appearance that it's gone backwards, but I dare say that's gone quite clearly forward. I mean, Harris Tavita wasn't too excitable about the whole thing, was he? It's gone up as a try, so there has to be conclusive evidence to overturn it. Jeez, I don't know if you could say that that has conclusively gone forward. It's gone up as a try. That'll be hard to overturn, I've got to say. And it looks like Harris Tavita's got the first try. Oh, wait a minute. They are going to have a look. They are going to have a look. Yeah, I've got to say that usually it's the players that give away what's happened on the field. Usually. They tell us porcupines a fair bit. The Uso, ahoy mate. No try, knock on is the call. Yeah, I've got to say, usually the player's reaction gives away what's actually happened. And Harris Tavita, there was no excitement there when he dived over the line. Gus Harris, ahoy mate. No excitement whatsoever when Harris Tavita dived over there, so that's usually a little bit of a giveaway that it was a knock-on. I'm surprised it went up as a try, to be honest. I thought it would have gone up as no try and then reviewed, and if he got the try, he got the try, but... Anyway, the Dolphins with another let-off. That's twice now that the Warriors have been over the line. One dropped ball, this one overturned, and now the hammer with the Harbour Bridge ball over the top to Bostock. Bostock steps back in field, and there is Kurt Capewell doing well to scramble, but just being found out a little bit. This is what I was concerned about. Capewell defending on the right edge. Defending in the centres. 6 again now for the Dolphins. Kafusi straight up the middle. Tackle 1, 30 metres out. Katoa throws it out the back, loose pass. And it's been scooped up by Avarillo, who goes straight through. Avarillo with one to beat. Oh, Nickel Clockstat with a try saver. But it's a penalty to the Warriors. An obstruction. Running in behind his own man. Oh, this is a shambles of a game so far. Sweet Pea, 458. Ahoy. Yeah, here it is. Just runs in behind his own man. And that created the big gap there. Barnett unable to get across. Gus Harris, your mate Gaz Banton, he had his leg amputated last week. Could you shout him out, please? Hey, Gaz, big shout out. Cheers, Gaz. And actually, I'll tell you, somebody worth checking out. I mean, I don't know if... I don't want to make any assumptions as to how you're feeling. I mean, I can only imagine that it'd be a huge life-changing thing to have one's leg amputated. Josh Taylor, Coyote, an Australian pro wrestler, had to have his leg amputated as this inside ball for Niakora almost opens them up. He does some streams on Twitch, and his story, I believe, is actually a great one for people who might be experiencing that. I forget the reason. I forget what he had. He had some infection in his foot, so had to get the whole leg amputated. But anyway, for those interested in checking that out, the Giant Coyote, an Australian pro wrestler, shared his journey with experiencing a leg amputation as the Dolphins get a penalty here. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Gaz, cheers, mate. Welcome along, Gaz and Gus. Ayush, who have I got? Cows versus Manly. Oh, look, I might change my mind before kickoff. I'm sensing a Manly bounce back. Manly were a bloody shambles last week. I'm sensing a bounce back. But we'll see. I might change my mind closer to kickoff. It is the Dolphins off the back of a penalty, though, up to halfway. And nobody's really claiming any authority in this game so far, it must be said, here in the early going. As Kafusi plays a 35 out. Katoa to Nikorima. The tap on is in behind Bostock. Bostock then spills it. It's gone backwards. Capewell's calling for a knock on, but nobody's listening to that. Farnworth sets it up in midfield, fifth and last. Almost a quarter of the way gone in this one. No score. Katoa in midfield. Well, the Hammer's a touch offside there, I believe. He gets through and puts pressure on Nickel Clockstad, who spills it. Nikorima scoops it up and dives over to score. But I think this one will come back as well. I've got a feeling the Hammer was just a touch offside. It's gone up as a try for now, though. Dolphins, as it stands, are up 4-0. But this, I think, will be under close scrutiny. Also, was the Hammer competing for the ball? Oh, I think he is just a step offside. We know that the Hammer's quick. The Hammer is quick. But I feel like he might have just been a step offside. Let's see what the bunker says. And did he clearly compete for the ball there, or was he just trying to slam into Nickel Clockstad? That's the other question to ask. Well, he's got eyes on the ball. He's got his arms up. I think that's a fair challenge for the ball. Did he get a touch on it? That's something else to look at. Oh, there's so much that we need to see here. Nikorima's reaction tells the story, though. They're going to have a look. There's a lot to look at, as I said. Potential offside. Was it a fair challenge? Was there a knock-on? Here we go. So the offside must be cleared. Has the Hammer got a hand on that? Nikorima's dived in under the sticks. They're not moving back to their own side of halfway. They are not moving to the other side of halfway. And here comes the bunker. Well, it was only a matter of time. Here is the bunker. Well, like I said, first they've got to check the offside. It seems like that's been cleared. We're just wondering, the Hammer, he's got a cheeky smile on his face. I think he realizes he's been found out here. And the Hammer has indeed been called for a knock-on. So both teams now have had a try overturned. Both teams with a try overturned. So the Warriors, well, they've had a let-off now. I'll tell you what, 20 minutes into this game, four-leg multi, not looking good. It might not be the best weekend for a four-leg multi as the Warriors cough it up. A mistake from Tuivasa-Sheck carrying back out of territory. A little bit of game rust. Tuivasa-Sheck into contact. The ball just spills straight out. Ford asks if you can bet on overturned tries. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if you can. You can bet on anything else. Scrum down, Dolphins, 20 out. Nicarima out the back to the hammer. Overlap here for Bostock. Bostock, put your foot down, mate. Go for the corner. But he holds up and steps back inside. Geez, he did not back himself at all there, Bostock and two smoking barrels. Dolphins created the overlap. They got Bostock one-on-one with Capewell. Why did he not back himself there? 5 meters out, right in front of the post. Kafusi plays it. Katoa, inside ball. Gilbert on the crash ball. Can't get over. 2 tackles left. Katoa shows it inside twice. Now they've created numbers to the right edge. Avarillo flick pass to Asako. Back in field to the hammer. The Warriors scramble and number up. And the hammer's got nowhere to go. Hammer needs to be out on the left. Taking advantage of Capewell. 5th and last. Katoa. Grubber kick in behind the line. It sits up and it's taken by Metcalf. But Kafusi chases through and sacks him. Goal line dropout incoming. 20 minutes gone. Still no score. Blair 420. You lost your last 4-game multi by 1. Back-to-back weekends for myself, Blair. Back-to-back weekends in Bulldogs games. 3 out of 4 legs, and it's been the perennial try scorer that's let me down as the Warriors go short. Batted back by Asako, but it's loose, and Harris Tavita dives on it. Warriors ball. Geez, the Dolphins have been terrible from the goal line dropouts. I don't think they've secured a single one. How are they supposed to pile on pressure? 3 tackles gone here for the Warriors. As Niakora takes it up over halfway. 19 minutes left in the first half. Nickel Clockstack down the short side, wrapped up by Farnworth and Gilbert. 5th and last. Metcalf puts it high. Asako's under it, takes it well. Good chase, though, from Pompey. And Pompey with the tackle. Drape, Mongreen, ahoy, mate. Oh, big defense again from Pompey. Back-to-back tackles, keeping the Dolphins pinned down inside their own 10. So neither side at the moment really able to stamp any authority. Both teams have had a try stamped out by the bunker. Expected this game to be close. And even Stevens it is so far as Farnworth. Farnworth is cut down, gets up, plays it quickly. 5th and last for Katoa to kick from well inside his 40. Backing up is Nickel Clockstadt to take it. Nickel Clockstadt returns and good field position here to start for the Warriors. The greatest, ahoy mate. The greatest predicts the ref, 13 plus. Penalty here to the Warriors. Kafusi, of course it's Kafusi that's given up the penalty. High tackle. Oh, geez, that's rough. That is a rough call there. Even though it's Kafusi, and Kafusi is a renowned penalty machine, got to say that one was a bit rough. Well, Kurt Donohue's on report, so it might not even have been Kafusi. Well, that explains it. I was going to say that was a bit rough on Kafusi. Niakore, out the back it goes. Here come the Warriors now. Metcalf onto Halasima. Halasima's got the arms free, but no support. 10 meters out on that left edge. Egan brings it back into midfield. Metcalf to Nickel Clockstadt. Throws the huge pass out for Capewell. Capewell over here at right centre. 10 meters from the line on play 3. Still waiting for our first try. 6 more for the Warriors. Metcalf hands it off on the inside there to Vormolga. And another set restart. Egan from dummy half to Metcalf. Dummies. Half a metre out, Luke Metcalf. Oh, he wants a try, Metcalf. Barnett Traps the ball with his foot, takes it on the bounce. And they just have to settle play down here and reset. 10 metres out in front of the post. Egan brings it right. Formorga bumps off one. 5 out from the line, just to the right of post. They stay right. And the ball's been battered down by Bostock. Knock on by the Dolphins. Warriors will get another full set of 6 now, putting the pressure on. Dolphins defense is up to it at the moment. JCS Moki, ahoy mate. Someone needs to hurry up and score and have it confirmed. 2-1-3 Loz. If Metcalf wants a try, Metcalf will get a try. He has scored something like in 5 out of the last 6 games or something like that, Metcalf. "20 minutes in and no try. Crazy," says Blair 420. The Warriors from the scrum. Barnett, 5 out in front of the post. Surely the first try is coming up. Near Corey, short ball there for Formorga. Very flat-footed, though. Staying down here, Formorga. Trying to get a penalty. Milky time. He's staying down. Let's have a look at the replay. Oh, yes, he's copped one from Nicarima. He has copped one there from Cody Nicarima. Right across the face. And I dare say this might be a penalty. Jeez. Do you take the 2 here if they do get the penalty? Nicarima goes on report. Well, if Nicarima's on report, then that's surely a penalty. And off for a HIA goes Formorga. He'll pass that. There was very little in it. Off for HIA. And onto the field, Tanner Stowers Smith. From the penalty, they tap and go. They're not interested in the 2 points. Geez, in such a tight game. Left for Harris Tavita to Metcalf, on to Pompey. And Pompey's held up. 5 metres out. Play 2. Back into midfield. Near Chorus. Tries to step, but wrapped up by Ray Stone. Egan down the short side. Harris Tavita out the back to Pompey. Using Halasima as the decoy. And it's loose out the back. It's beaten everybody. That's been touched by the Dolphins. It'll be 6 more. Geez, well, did he give him 6 again? Either way, they've still got tackles left. 5th and last. Metcalf puts the crossfield kick up. Bostock's under it. Bostock bobbles the ball, but then takes it on the second attempt. 0-0 it remains. 13 minutes to go until halftime. Rock my balls. Ahoy, mate. Both teams have had their opportunities. Nobody's been able to ice it. "30 out from their own line, 5th and last." A low, flat kick here from the Dolphins, bouncing up for Witeni Zelezniak at the back. Heading across field, he needs to straighten. There he goes, straightens into Katoa. And Katoa with the aid of Mark Nichols. Bringing him down 40 out from his own line. Good field position again for the Warriors. Wayne Stretch, ahoy mate. And we the best, says Up the Waz. Capewell heads across field. Egan goes quickly, catches some lazy markers. Tackle 4, and he loses the ball, Egan. Penalty, though, to the Warriors. Oh, that is a garbage penalty late in the tackle count. Wow, that's a shocker, that one. They're going to take the 2 this time, surely. No, they're going to put it into touch. God damn it, take the 2. Scoreboard pressure. 12 minutes to go till the break. And they've put it into the corner here, the Warriors. Pompey taps it. I've got a 4-leg multi on this one. We've got 10 minutes to go till the break and not a single try yet. That's hilarious. Clark onto Barnett. Five meters out. And here goes Niokore. Finally, the deadlock has been broken, and they can't take this one away. They cannot take this one away. The Warriors have finally broken the line. 4 points to 0. Kick to come, and it's Niokore. Oh, and overcommitting there was Nikorima. Cody Nikorima flying up out of the line. And that left just too much of a gap. Warriors up 4-0. Kick to come. Marata Niokore. Oh, issues here for Tom Gilbert. Tom Gilbert looks like his night's done. Ten minutes to play in the first half. 4 points to 0. Judah Shibian, did you ever see the movie The Warriors, Dan? Yes, I have. BFTA vibes, NZ, ahoy. Up the wires. As Metcalf puts this one over. Converts the try. Oh, no, he's missed it. Oh, jeez. Well, I can't believe he missed that. That was a dead set shocker. Hang on, I've got to see that on replay. How the hell did he miss that? I'm going to suss this one out on the replay. Oh, it wasn't as easy as I thought it was. Yeah, and he hooks it horribly to the left. Wow. So, 10 minutes to go till the halftime break. Warriors up 4 points to 0. Barnett carries it outside the 10. I believe that was Metcalf, yes. Metcalf with the missed conversion. Try scorers in this one for me. The Hammer. Bostock. DWZ. And Curtis Capewell. Penalty now to the Warriors. Warriors are starting to get a little bit of a roll on. The Dolphins have got to be careful here not to just completely self-destruct. Pressure on the neck. Ill discipline creeping in right before halftime. Capewell taps it. 45 out the Warriors. Can they get some more points here before the break? As we know, it won't necessarily be enough. We saw the comeback from 14-0 down. We saw it a lot last weekend. We saw it from the Bulldogs again last night. 213 Loz says, I got the hammer and Metcalf for any time try. Through the hands now. Short ball to Niokore, the try scorer. Tackle 3 and good front foot ball here. Metcalf, short ball to Capewell. Capewell's 5 metres out. Metcalf to Niokore. Out the back to Harris Tavita. Short ball for Halasima. Halasima's wrapped up. 5th and last. Plays it to nobody. Aaron Clark gets there. Tries to burrow his way under. But the hammer's there to hold him up. And that'll be the handover. Dolphins survive. But they're under the pump still. Jermaine Asako having to do the hit up. Joichiro says up the Waz. Wayne Stretch, ahoy mates. Wayne Stretch says up the Waz. It is the Dolphins in possession. It is the Warriors leading though, 4-0. Missed conversion. How crucial could that become? 7.5 to go till the break. This seems to be the new normal, doesn't it? One team scoring points. It's only 4 at the moment, of course, but the other team going into halftime at 0. How many times have we seen it? A team going into the break with 0 points on the board. As Roger Tuivasa-Sheck winds up, takes on Nikorima. Nikorima, little Mighty Mouse, stands his ground. Puts the hit on. Witeni Zalesniak now. Brings it outside the 20. And now a nickel clock stat. It's been back-to-back-to-back runs from the hyphenated names. RTS to DWZ to CNK. Now it's James Fisher-Harris's turn. No, it's Capewell. They give it to Curtis Capewell, who takes it up towards halfway. Early kick now from Metcalf, trying to find space in behind. The hammer lets it bounce. And he returns it 15 out from his own line here, the hammer. But trapped inside their own half, it's been all for the Dolphins bringing the ball out of their own end. Hammer in midfield onto Bostock. I don't know what Capewell was trying to do there, but he completely missed the tackle. No damage done. Farnworth angles back towards the ruck. Big leg drive. Tackle 4 for the Dolphins. Still inside their own 40. And finding some lazy markers. Good work there from Donahue. 5th and last on halfway. Gito up. Puts the kick up. Not a lot of distance on it, but he's trying to make it competitive. Tuivasa-Sheck spills it, and that's offside. Oh, it's called knock backwards. Well, the referees just had an absolute howler right there. The referee has just had an absolute howler. Tuivasa-Sheck drops the ball. Harris Tavita from an offside position dives on it, and he's called it a knock back and play on. Oh, the referee with an absolute howler of all howlers. Jeez, watch the Warriors score off the back of this. Grab a kick in behind from Metcalf. It's got support from Capewell, and Capewell does indeed score. All from a knock-on that was missed up the other end of the field. We'll take it. It's a tick off the multi. Boy, there'll be some debate around that, though. There'll be some big debate about that. A blatant knock-on from Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. Harris Tavita dives on it from an offside position. And it's been allowed to play on. And the Warriors score at the end of that set. Capewell gets a tick off the multi for us. Boy, that was not without some controversy. The standard of refereeing continues to be an absolute shambles. And Kurt Capewell gets a tickety tick off the multi. Finally, we get one before the halftime break. Wow. That was contentious at best, though. 3.5 minutes to go till the halftime break. Jonah says, what's your picks for the Sharks versus the Storm? Storm, 13 plus. Metcalf shanked his first one. Can he put this one over from the sideline? It's a much harder kick, so he's likely to get it. Starts this one out to the right, angles it back, and he puts it through. Well, what did I say? He misses the easy one. He kicks the one from the sideline. All in all, it's 10 points to 0. Warriors with 3 minutes to go till halftime. But of course, the big talking point is going to be that knock on. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck knew he knocked it on as well. That is a huge miss. And unfortunately, that'll be the talking point of the game. No matter what happens from here on in, that will be the talking point of the match. And that's unfortunate. Nickel Clockstead takes the kickoff. 10-0 Warriors. The Dolphins have just got to buckle down, try and put that behind them, and move on with the game. Two minutes left in the opening half. Stowers Smith. And now they've come up with a mistake. Halasima spills it, and the Dolphins will have a chance here before the break. Now, in the context of what we've just witnessed, this becomes critical. A crucial moment of the game. They must score a try here, the Dolphins. That would be huge. They're having the scrum on the right edge, lined up to the left. They've got to try and get the hammer one-on-one with Capewell. Here's Katoa to Nikarima. Inside ball for Farnworth. Oh, keep going left, you goofs. 2 minutes to play. A settler in front of the post. They may as well have just had the scrum in midfield if that were the case. Donahue, the crash ball is the go-to play here. Graham loses it out the back. They've knocked it on play one. Well, they got that all horribly wrong. The Dolphins got that horribly wrong. You've got a second rower defending in the centres for the opposition. So you angle back in midfield towards the post. Get the hammer one-on-one with Capewell. And then they went the crash ball after the settler. None of that makes any sense. That is just really poor game management, really poor tactics. And the Warriors will take, well, say what you want about the nature of the try. They've dominated territory, so they probably deserve a 10-point lead going into the break. Fisher-Harris backs into the defense, 20 out from his own line. Inside the last minute of the half, Halasima. Egan, dummies inside, goes out for Harris Tavita. They might get another one before the break here, the Warriors. Still 30 seconds to play. Fifth and last on the halfway line. And going for the 2-point drop goal, Metcalf. He's got enough distance on it. Has he got the direction? No, he doesn't. Well, it was worth a shot, though. The last play of the first half, Jermaine Asako takes the tackle, and that'll be half-time. 10 points to 0 in favour of the Warriors. A very contentious try. Well, one of them. one very contentious try. The Dolphins have got to try and put that behind them and have a big second half. How many times have we seen this, though? A team going into the halftime break with no points. The other team scoring a couple of tries, 2 or 3, taking the lead. We might see a completely different half. Jonah. Ryan Pappenhausen, first half try. Pretty good, I reckon, yes. Pretty good. Oh, the Formula One this weekend as well. Looking forward to that. Hopefully I get up for it. So, 10 points to 0 at the halftime break. XJC, ahoy, mates. Did I bet last night's Dogs game? I did. Try scorers for the Sharks, eh? Try scorers for the Sharks against the Storm. I think the Sharks against Melbourne, the games are very brutal normally, aren't they? So I suspect the Sharks will be looking to just knock the front door down. Something that they're not really akin to. So I would have to say, let's have a look. They'll try and knock the front door down. So I'm saying that, a Fanua Blake, Britton Nickera, Fanua Blake or Nickera. Let's see. Where are Melbourne leaking their tries this year? Melbourne are conceding 63% on their right edge. So Mulatalo or Iro. Mulatalo, these are my choices. Mulatalo, Iro, Nickera, or Fanua Blake. Take your pick out of those four. Genitalia, ahoy, mate. How are you doing? Unicorn, you're at the game. Very nice. Dior says, holy knock on. It was the biggest knock on I've ever seen in my entire life. So basically, for those who might not have seen it, the Dolphins purposely put a short kick up. Well, a high ball, but Katoa didn't kick for distance. He kicked to put pressure on Tuivasa-Sheck. Tuivasa-Sheck knocked the ball on. Tuivasa-Sheck knew he knocked the ball on because he screamed out the F-bomb as he fell to the ground. He let rip as he was falling to the ground. So he knows he knocked it on. Harris Tavita dives on it from an offside position. Should have been a penalty to the Dolphins. At least a knock on. Referee waves it off, says it was knocked backwards. And then the Warriors, at the end of that set, score a try. Yes, indeed, Genitalia, the first time in season 2025 that I've tipped the Eels and they've actually come through for me. I was very happy as well with that. Yeah, so there we go. Melbourne are conceding over 60% of their tries on the right edge defense, which brings the Sharks' left attack into play. Kale Iro or Mulatalo, but I reckon they try and knock the front door down. Fanua Blake or Brinton Nickera. Anytime tries in that one. Just the one tick off the multi for me so far in this one. And that was Kurt Capewell. And that was the most contentious of... Well, the try itself wasn't contentious. It was the lead-up. Fake Slim Shady. Ahoy, mate. Dior says, what do I think about the refereeing from a non-biased standpoint? Well, non-biased I am because I'm a Cronulla Sharks fan. It's been atrocious. I mean, you just can't miss. Think about this. There's a referee out there and there's 2 touch judges. Nobody saw that? Nobody saw the most blatant knock-on and offside that we've ever seen all season long? That is pretty bad. Who's the referee? Because I don't think he's going to be working next weekend. I think he's going to be having a rest. Let's see. Referee is Peter Goff. I don't think Peter Goff will be working next weekend. Madison Smith, you had $48 on it being 10-0 to the Warriors at halftime. Get out. Oh, that's amazing. In that case, Madison, I'm going to go ahead and assume that you love the call, the missed knock on. And I don't blame you. I do not blame you if that's the case. Lily Grace, is this on Channel 9? No, there's no Saturday games on Channel 9 for some reason. Jackson says Dolphins up. Well, not really, but it's the Warriors who are up at the moment. Jonah asked for opinions on Pappy first half, A or B, Coates or Ronaldo, and Melbourne to win. I like it. I can't imagine that that's paying a whole lot, but then I say I can't imagine that's paying a lot based on the sorts of crazy odds that I try and get. How much is it paying, incidentally, before I go making assumptions? Smelly brother, ahoy mate. Thoughts on Tigers versus Bunnies on Sunday? Should be a good game. I don't think we can read too much into that Tigers performance against the Melbourne Storm. Melbourne Storm, I've been saying since the end of last year's grand final that they are the favourites. It's their competition to lose. So they just put on a red-hot performance. So I don't think we can read too much into that game by the Tigers. I anticipate a much better game. A much better showing from the Tigers this weekend. Oh, also, Wasted World of Sports for those interested. For those who may be interested, I have done... Here we go. Here it is. Now, I'll share this on the YouTube. So, for those who might be interested, I've just shared a link in the YouTube chat because I don't think I can share it anywhere else. That is my State of Origin Blues squad selection for 2025. So do feel free to check that out at some point, if you so desire. Dan, tell us about your... About what? Tell us about your grow op. My grow op? During the quiet times. What's a grow op? 100% a knock on. That is the big talking point of this game, unfortunately. And it really is unfortunate. Another game, and here we are. We're going to be talking about the referees. A blatant knock on. When the player falls to the ground swearing, you know that he's coughed the ball up. The players know, for the most part, what's going on out there. And Tuivasa-Sheck, he knew he knocked it on. But anyway, you just had a feeling they were going to get a try off the back of that. You really did. And Kurt Capewell got us a tick off the multi, so I can't be too angry. Harley Griffin, Captain Morgans. The captain. The bottle's a little see-through because of my intense green screen. Drape Mongreen says the VBs are going down easy with this score. Aha. Madison Smith official says that's a smooth bourbon, the Captain Morgans. Certainly is. And I'll tell you what else I like. I'm a big fan of the Kraken. I love me some Kraken. Romeo, ahoy mate. Haven't really thought about a multi for the next match yet. Wok, ahoy there. Up the wires, says Wok. Unfortunately, as I was saying, the big talking point, that missed knock on. Boy. Now, I completely understand that referees are going to make mistakes. It's going to happen. Human error is just, it's a part of life. And I'll tell you what, the AI makes mistakes as well. For anybody who's ever had a chat with ChatGPT, you know that AI can make mistakes as well. So it's something that's going to happen, even if we had robots looking after the game. But you've just got to wonder, you've just got to see that and just wonder how something so blatant gets missed. When they called the other ones, they found the other knock-ons, and the other knock-ons were a little more 50-50 comparative to that one. So, wow, that was a big one. Rebel Nuts, ahoy mate. 213 Loz, you've got a bottle of Kraken and Jameson. You're saving it for next weekend. Fair enough. Waste of water sports. We don't save around here. JCS Moki, you're a Warriors fan, but you have to admit Warriors have only had one good game, and that was in round 2. Oh, I think you've been a little rough there, JCS. Obviously, round 1 in Vegas was a little bit of a shambles, wasn't it? It was a big bounce back in round 2. I guess you mean, by good game, you probably mean for the full 80, right? A full 80-minute performance, and that is certainly what they delivered in round 2. Ken Carson, you caught a carpet shark. Nice. I guess. I don't really know. Second half about to get underway. Warriors with the kickoff. 10-0 they lead. And Metcalf gets this back underway. The Dolphins, halftime was an opportunity to regroup. I don't hate the Wars, Sandor. I only hate one team. Well, 2 teams. There's only two teams I hate, and that's the Raiders and the Broncos. And an early penalty here to the Dolphins. A tip tackle on by Fisher Harris. Jeez. Don't know about that. Oh, yeah, okay. He did sort of follow through with it. No, that's fair enough. He could also have been done for a shoulder. Oh, why do I hate them being called? Wow. Okay, I think I understand what Sandor was asking me. He understands my dislike of the shortened form was because I think it just sounds like crying. Wah, wah, wah. You're the Warriors. You're the bloody Warriors. Own it. Warriors. Richard Trainer, thank you very much for the $70 super chat over there on YouTube. Vodka made in Australia called Offshore, hands down the most smoothest, clean taste. Sorry, I'm laughing at something completely unrelated. With high pH level, makes it go down very well. On me, Dan. Enjoy. Well, thank you very much, Richard Trainer. Cheers, mate. As the Dolphins have dropped the ball early in the tackle count. And the Warriors go back on the attack. 40 out from the Dolphins line. But yeah, I just think if you've got a name as brutal and awesome as the Warriors, why do you want to shorten it to WAH? Back on the mark, says the referee for Volmoga. Down the right edge they go. Metcalf to Niokore. Already got one try. Niokore wants himself another one. Fifth and last. Metcalf dinks it in over the top. The hammer uncontested at the back. So the Dolphins in familiar territory here, bringing the ball out from their own 10. And another penalty now. Some really poor ruck discipline from the Warriors to start the second half. So yeah, thank you once again, Richard Trainer, for the $70 super chat. I'll have to check that out. Offshore vodka. As the Dolphins start this set now on halfway. JJ, thank you very much for the share on TikTok. The ball is loose, and the Warriors have forced a turnover on play one. Oh, the Dolphins. Twice now in the opening stages of the second half. Off the back of a penalty, they spill the ball early in the tackle count from the ensuing set. Oh, that's really poor. Really poor. Here come the Warriors again now. Clark has to reach forward for it. Does well to take it. Fisher Harris, 40 meters out from the line. Here they come, the Warriors. Left edge they go. Harris Savita turns it inside for Pompey. Pompey offloads. Back for Egan. Egan dummies. And he's sliced down 20 meters out from the line here on play 3. It'd go a long way to putting this game to bed, the Warriors, if they get a try here. Niokore. 15 out. This has been so poor from the Dolphins to start the second half. Not what they needed at all. Fifth and last now. 5 meters out to the right of the posts. They'll swing it back left, surely. That's exactly where they go. Metcalf dinks it in over the top. It's been lost by the Dolphins backwards, and the hammer is dragged back into the end goal. Goal line dropouts. A knock on from the Hammer. Well, the ball handling here from the Dolphins just gets worse and worse. The Hammer is, well, there's a knock on from Halasima first, you would think. It's going to be a scrum to the Warriors, though. They've just seen it on the big screen. Well, it's too late to challenge it now once it's been up on the big screen. The players have just seen it on the big screen. Scrum down. Warriors break left. Metcalf onto Pompey. 10 metres out from the line. The Dolphins have to hold on here. Slow play the ball as some players getting tangled up. 15 out. Niakora, inside ball to Fisher. Harris bumps off Donahue. 10 from the line. Egan to Niakore. Numbers to the right, but they go the crash ball. And Niakore almost gets himself a double. They've turned him on his back and held him up. This will go up as no try. They have successfully turned him on his back. Oh, Richard Trainer. You just looked on Uber Eats and Liquorland. Offshore on special. $55. Oh, nice. There you go. Genitalia with the $1 super chat. Thank you so much. If only Michelle were on, I could mute her for a minute. Cheers, mate. Yes, for those who don't know, I said as a joke, no try there, obviously that one. I said as a joke that we should do super chat donations for super chat donations mute Michelle's microphone for a certain period of time. Just for a laugh. I think we should do it as a charity stream one night. Raising funds for Destiny Rescue. That's what we should do. And we'll have the mute Michelle button. For charity. Nicarima, 30 out from the line to the Hammer. They've created space here. Farnworth spins in the tackle. 20 metres out now. The Dolphins. This is their best opportunity of the second half. Nicarima. Out to Katoa. Cut out pass. Creates space. Oh, Asako bobbles the ball. That's the only thing that prevented him going for the corner there. Plays it to nobody. Hammer gets there just in the nick of time. Katoa with the crossfield kick. And it's loose on the ground. Batted back by the Dolphins. Play on. Oh, but Wateni Zalesniak with the hit. The ball is still alive. The Hammer's got it. Hammer goes for the line. The referee's got in the way, and this is going to get taken off them. The referee has run the obstruction, and I feel like this is going to get taken away. It's gone up as a try for the Hammer. For the moment, it's a tick off the multi. For the moment, it is tick number 2. But Peter Goff has got in the way here. The crossfield kick, batted back. Wateni Zalesniak with the hit. Now, is that going to get called held? Wateni Zalesniak has run straight into the back of Peter Goff. I'm actually not going to put that tick on. Peter Goff with a clear obstruction there on. Look, Wateni Zalesniak blatantly runs into the back of Peter Goff. Emmanuel Vincent, thank you very much for the super chat. Up the wires, you can do it, boys. So it's gone up as a try. And here we go. Here it comes, the bunker. The bunker is involved. They're going to look for a potential knock-on here against Tom Gilbert. Or it might have been Ray Stone, actually. I think Gilbert left the field in the first half. Mark Nichols. And that is knocked backwards. Oh, he's been called a knock-on. Are you kidding me? They have called that a knock-on, despite missing the blatant one in the first half. Wow. Jeez, I'm not convinced about that. Here, let's have a look. Here's a closer look. Oh, okay, yeah, that's pretty clearly forward. That's pretty clearly forward. $10 to 0 it remains. Take that 4 off him. Oh, that would have been a tick off the multi. We would have been halfway there. Jaden Morris, ahoy. Wow, Super Chat Central going on here today. Thank you very much for that. Richard Trainer, Genitalia, Emmanuel Vinson. And there was another one there, wasn't there? Oh, 2 from Richard. Yes. I will definitely check out that vodka. Even though I'm not a big vodka man, but I will certainly check it out. 5th and last hit for the Warriors. The kick downfield. Bostock and 2 smoking barrels. Brings it back to the 30. The 9 minutes gone here in the second half. Hart Ticker thinks they should have just allowed that one to make up for the Warriors' knock-on try. Yeah, it doesn't seem to work that way, though, does it? Asako rumbles it up to halfway. At least it's sort of pumped the Dolphins up a little bit. They seem to be playing with a lot more aggression now. Tackle 4, 30 meters out from the line. Nichols sets it up on the 20, 5th and last. Donahue to Katoa. Nikorima puts the grubber kick through. Nickel, Clockstat runs it dead. Goal line dropout incoming, but the Dolphins have been shocking. Oh, what's going on here? Of course you got no try. Oh. Okay, there could be a penalty here. Witeni Selesniak might have cleaned somebody up. Let's have a look. Nikorima puts the grubber kick through. Witeni Selesniak jams in and takes out Herbie Farnworth. Goal line dropout anyway. Oh, geez, that still hasn't updated. The Hammer scored a try before, but then it got overturned. David Vinak asks who's going to win State of Origin this year, Blues or Maroons. Well, we don't even know what the teams are yet. And it's been knocked on from the Dolphins from the goal line restart. And what did I just say? The Dolphins have been miserable from the restarts tonight. And here's another one. Warriors ball. Jeez, they just haven't secured a single dropout. Scrum down for the Warriors. And the Dolphins compete for the ball that spills out the back, but the referee blows his whistle. Peter Goff blows the whistle. The Dolphins actually contested the scrum. Boy, Peter Goff has got it in for the Dolphins tonight, doesn't he? Jeez, that's just good old-fashioned scrummaging. That is just good old-fashioned scrummaging. Wow. A do-over for the Warriors. 10 metres out from their own line. Witeni Zelezniak plays it. 28 and a half left to play. That was a throwback. That scrum. That was fun to see. Unfortunately, the referee blew it up and didn't allow it. Tackle 4. This is a slow set for the Warriors. Harris Tavita has the ball rocked out. That'll be 6 again. No, it's a mistake from Harris Tavita. He's lost it forward first. Big defense from the Dolphins. I tell you what, some of these calls might be the best thing that's happened to the Dolphins. They have clearly not been getting the rub of the green, and it has fired them up. They've not been able to take advantage of it up until this point, but they have clearly elevated a gear or two in aggression. Scrum down Dolphins. They have to take advantage. Through the hands they go left. Nikorima, short ball for Farnworth, and he's well hit there, 20 metres out. Katoa in midfield. They're up quickly on him. He gives it off to Nichols. $15 from the line. Dolphins. A few tackles left. Nikorima inside for Farnworth. Angles back towards the post. Big Herbie. A couple of metres out from the line now on play 4. Slow play the ball. Set restart. A 6 again. Oh, they needed that. Donahue to Katoa. Flat pass. It's lost forward on play 1. That is a coach killer. That is a fan killer. On play 1 from a set restart. They have lost the ball. Warriors back in possession, but they are under the pump. 26 minutes left to play. The Warriors, they need a penalty. Warriors need something to get themselves up the other end of the field. Fisher Harris, that might do it. Big run from Fisher Harris. And up to halfway they go now. Good set of 6, that one. At the end of it. Nickel Clockstat. Slow play the ball on halfway. 5th and last. For Harris Tavita. Kicks downfield. Asako backs up. Takes it on the full. Fires it over into the Hammer in midfield. And they're up on him. Hammer will take it. 10 out from his own line. Good defense. Good kick chase there from the Warriors. Bostock, he's met hard. The Warriors, they're finally down this end of the field. And they want to stay here now. Tackle 2. Still inside their own 10. McGregor, Orchard, Ahoy mates. The reason why the Dolphins aren't playing at their usual ground. And a penalty now to the Dolphins. Halfway through the tackle count. Mark and not square. That is a huge let-off. The Asian Youth Pacific Touch Championships is in Redcliffe. To be honest, McGregor, I reckon this game would have been at Suncorp anyway. The Warriors, lots of expat Kiwis in Brisbane. I think they play this game at Suncorp regardless, to be honest. Katoa onto Nichols. 40 out from the line. The Dolphins have got to take advantage here at some point. Donahue to the line. Out the back to Katoa. Inside ball. Uncertain there of an obstruction, so they've just played it safe and surrendered. 30 out from the line. Lemuelu plays it. Katoa at the back to the hammer. Bats it on. Some space for Averillo, but it shuts down quickly. Penalty, tackle off the ball. Take the 2. Get some points on the board. Take the 2. I'm only joking, of course. No point taking the 2. They've got to get a try. What they need. Okay, so what am I looking up here? Offshore. Dolphins tap and go. I'll have a look at that in between games. Offshore, huh? Offshore vodka. Katoa onto Nicarima. Hammer. Floats it over the top for Bostock. Capewell slides across. Brings him down. The hammer at first receiver. Donahue in midfield. Tackle 2. 10 metres out from the line. A chance still for the Dolphins, though. 6 again. 5 metres out. They have to hit back here, the Dolphins. Crash ball for a flat-footed Nichols. And he's driven back in the tackle. Might not be the worst thing in the world. Nicarima out the back to Farnworth. Farnworth bumps off Capewell. Capewell comes back at him. Nicarima heading across field. Kafusi flat-footed back to Nicarima. Flat pass there to Finafuaki. Finafuaki a metre out. Tackle 4. Kafusi loses it. Oh, Felice Kafusi puts it down. It is just not the Dolphins' day. "22 minutes left to play." The Warriors. They've been asked to do a lot of defense here in the second half, but they've been holding on because the Dolphins just keep coughing the ball up. Halasima. 30 out from his own line. Still going, Halasima. 23 from 30 completions for the Dolphins. 77%. That's an issue. Barnett rumbles it up. 45 out from their own line. 5th and last now, just inside Dolphins territory. Harris Tavita. Down the near edge. Puts the ball high. Contestable. Asako does well to take it. They didn't get up and compete. And Asako is tackled. 10 out from his own line. Good kick chase as well. Now, the Warriors just need to not give away a penalty this time, and they will have turned the momentum around in this half. They've been ill-disciplined themselves. An early shift here from the Dolphins. Bostock brings it out to the 20. God, he's a tall boy. Staying on the short side. Nicarima to the hammer. Bats it on. And Herbie Farnworth gets on the outside. Back to the hammer. They're playing catch-up now, the Dolphins. Trying something a little bit different. It's only 10 points. They probably don't need to be this crazy. 5th and last, on halfway. Katoa with the kick, sends it deep. Backing up to take it on the full, Tuivasa-Sheck. And he'll return it into midfield, just short of the 20. So we're into the last quarter of the game. Warriors up 10 points to 0. Big defense here from the Dolphins. Driving Nickel Klukstad backwards. Racing through this set. Capewell from dummy half. He's chopped down. Tackle 4. 30 out from their own line. Nickel Klukstad goes again. 5th and last. They're only up to the 40. Big kick needed here from Harris Tavita. Sends it down the middle of the field. Asako's under it. Takes it under no pressure. Brings it out to the 30, and this is decent field position. The Dolphins back towards the near side. Binifuaki on halfway. Tackle 3. Kafusi out the back to Nikorima. Flat pass at best there to Lemuelu. Geez, that was surely forward. Quick play the ball. Kafusi again out the back for Katoa. Inside ball for Avarillo. Offloads. Keeping the ball alive here. Graham. Tackled on the 5th and last. 40 out in midfield. They go left for Nikorima. Puts it high. Chasing through is Bostock. Bostock wins the battle in the air, but Capewell's there to clean up. Warriors in possession. 18 minutes left to play. 10 points to 0. The Warriors, though, under the pump inside their own 10 once more. Witeni Zelezniak brings it outside the 20. 18 minutes to play. BFTA Vibes NZ is surprised that there's been no 40-20s. As Barnett carries it up to halfway, 5th and last. They've been playing most of the second half inside their own territory here, the Warriors. Harris Tavita puts it high. Asako's under it. Gives it off to the Hammer in midfield. Hammer doesn't have any open space. They've shut him down well tonight. Bostock with a good run. They drank the 40s and smoked the 20s. I love it. That should be a t-shirt. Kafusi in midfield. Hands it on to Josh Kerr. Tackle 4. Still inside their own half, the Dolphins. Molo carries it inside Warriors territory. 5th and last. Katoa in mid. Oh, 6 again. Oh, on tackle 5. 6 more tackles for the Dolphin. Oh, that's unforgivable. Hammer hands it off inside for Finafuaki. 20 meters out from the line. This is the chance for the Dolphins. Nikorima. Inside ball for Lemuelu. Beats 1. Still going. Metcalf holds on, and then Barnett gets there to help make the tackle. They're 5 out from the line. Crash ball for Francis Molo. He's over the line, but he's held up. Go back and play it on tackle 4. Francis Molo was nearly there. Running out of tackles now. The Dolphins running out of time. Hammer with the double pump takes the line on. 5th and last. 5 meters out. Slow play the ball. Katoa with the kick back towards the post, and it's batted dead by Metcalf. Metcalf thumps it dead. And why not? I mean, why not back themselves with goal line restarts? The Dolphins have been shocking. They've not secured a single one. The Dolphins have not secured a single goal line restart tonight. Metcalf goes short. Perfectly placed again. This time he's taken it, the Dolphins. The Hammer's got it. They finally secure a goal line restart and can put some pressure on. What a big time to do it as well. 15 minutes to play. Set restart. Francis Molo. 2 meters out. They have to score here, the Dolphins. Katoa. Inside ball. Finefuaki. Stands in the tackle. Now he goes to ground just to the right of the post. Crash ball for Kafusi. Kafusi, half a meter out. Going up as no try. They're going to have a look. Blaze every day. Well, who doesn't? Up the waz, says Blaze. Oh, Kafusi reaches out. Kafusi loses the ball. It's going to be Warriors' ball. $14 and a half to play, the Dolphins. Do they retain possession? No, they don't. Warriors ball from the knock on. The Warriors defense, it's been a combination of too good and the Dolphins coughing up possession, not asking any questions. But this entire second half has been the Warriors carrying out of their own end. 14 minutes to play, 10 points to nil. Halasima. What do we reckon? Next try wins? Do you think that's fair? Next try. And straight through goes Adam Pompey. Up over halfway. Still going Pompey. Oh, that's a hell of a run. Well, the Dolphins, they've had their chances. Do the Warriors finally put this game to bed? Numbers to the right. Nickel Clockstad to Capewell. Capewell steps back in field. 20 meters out from the line. Warriors. They'll go a long way to winning this with a try here. Metcalf to Clark. Clark puts the head down. Still going Aaron Clark. Fifth and last. Quick play the ball. Harris Tavita pops it out, and Metcalf drops it. Oh. They had numbers to burn. Metcalf can't scoop up the loose ball. 13 minutes to play, and the Dolphins are still clinging on, but they can't make anything happen, the Dolphins. The Warriors have elected to captain's challenge. And they've burnt their challenge. Geez, that might come in handy. Don't know that they should have really risked that one. Metcalf with the knock on. Okay, so Dolphins, 13 minutes to play. 10 points down. Starting on their own 10-meter line. They've got to get back up the other end of the field. But they look like they're completely out of gas. Warriors up quickly. Got to be careful not to give away penalties. Not to give away penalties. They can keep the Dolphins pinned down here. Bostock goes on a good run. Bostock and two smoking barrels. Up to the 40. Katoa shows it inside. Goes out for the hammer. Hammer, one-on-one with Harris Tavita. The Warriors stand their ground. Tackle 4, just short of halfway. Oh, and out of dummy half goes Avarillo. Fires an infield now. Finifawaki, but it was too late. Fifth and last. And they're going to have a run here, and they've lost it on halfway. 12 minutes left to play, and the Dolphins just find more and more ways to screw up. Tensions are boiling over now. They realise that this game is just about done. Nearly out of reach. Oh, the Dolphins. At Suncorp, where they've played so well. Warriors start the set on halfway. This is their best field position of the entire second half. 12 minutes to play, looking to put the game to bed. Been a stinker of a second half, hasn't it? Quite honestly. Really has been atrocious. Clark to Metcalf. Short ball there for Laban. 35 out. Metcalf to Fisher Harris. 25 out. Egan goes the short side. Nickel Clockstad back in towards the posts. Still going, Nickel Clockstad. Heading cross field, though. Fifth and last. 12 metres out. Harris to Vita. Cross field kick. Laban takes it. Laban reaches out and spills it. Well, did he slam it down? It's gone up as a try. Try's been awarded. Jacob Laban. This will be looked at. They will surely scrutinise this. They've scrutinised everything else. Bobbles the ball, collects it on the second attempt, slams it down over the try line. I think this will be given. Bobbles the ball backwards, collects it, reaches out, slams it down, and that will be the match. Try confirmed. 14-0, 10 minutes to play. Oh, the Dolphins have been atrocious. Warriors keep themselves, I suppose, secure themselves in outright second for the time being, at least. So Warriors will now go to 18 points. They're safe from an attack from the Storm for now. They're clear from the Canberra Raiders, who have the bye in hand. Outright second. Metcalf puts this one over. 16-0. 9.5 to play. And this dire old game. They've done well. Honestly, I was concerned about the Warriors playing at Suncorp, back across the ditch for a home game. Back again to Suncorp Stadium. They've just come up against a really, really poor Dolphins team. Gaz Johnson, ahoy mate. Dolphins go short with the restart. Bostock bats it back. Farnworth comes away with it. Kafusi fires it out into midfield. Katoa's hit from behind by Pompey. Pompey's been strong. He's had a really good game. Binifuaki takes it up the middle. Penalty now to the Dolphins. An illegal strip. They tap and go to the Dolphins. Katoa. No idea what they're doing here, the Dolphins. Katoa just dancing around in midfield, looking for somebody to pass to. Nobody running onto it. This has been really poor. Francis Molo inside the 10. 8.5 to play. Slow play the ball. They go left. Katoa inside for Donahue. Donahue's wrapped up. 5 out in front of the posts. Oh, Emmanuel Vincent, thank you very much for the super chat. Up the waz, says Emmanuel Vincent. Katoa on the wraparound to Nikorima. Here's the hammer. Hammer, dummies, fends, goes through, scores. A tick off the multi. The hammer. And the Dolphins have finally got across the line. 16 points to 4, kick to come. The hammer gets a second tick off the multi. They surely don't have enough time for 2 more tries. 7.5 to play. Try confirmed. The hammer. All right. I could still get 1 more tick off the multi and get my money back at least. Jermaine Asako lining this one up from out wide. Hooking it back. Has it hooked too much? No, it's down the middle. 14 points to 6. Fourteen, 6, 7 minutes to play. Time stops. Seven minutes to play. Surely it's not possible. They'd have to go. They pretty much have to get points from this next set of 6, you would think. They have to go back to back. Andrew Webster looking a little bit concerned. I'm not going to lie. Andrew Webster does not look confident up there in the coach's box. Warriors get us back underway. Asako takes it. Kafusi from the back fence. Big defense from Barnett. 6 minutes 40 to play. 15 out from their own line, the Dolphins. A penalty would be very helpful for them. Francis Molo bumps off Clark. Clark comes back at him. 6.5 to go, 16-6. That try by Laban, so important. As Kafusi's brought down on play 4, 40 out from their own line. Katoa to the hammer, out the back. Hammer dummies, and it almost opens up for him. Gets the offload away. Back for Donahue in midfield. 5th and last on halfway. Oh, the hammer was almost in open space there. Katoa, they're going to run it here on the 5th and last. Nikorima now grubbers through for Bostock, and it's too heavy. Into touch it goes. Oh, if that ball just sat up. If that ball sits up, it's on for the Dolphins. Nikorima just slightly overcooks it. The idea was right, but once again, the execution lacking. 5.5 minutes to play. 10 points the margin. They couldn't possibly do it. Surely. Tuivasa-Sheck brings it out to the 40. Tackle 2, just inside Dolphins territory. Fisher-Harris. 35 out. Clark in midfield. Out the back to Metcalf. Hands it off inside. And heading back towards the midfield. 30 metres out. Barnett. Just up the middle he goes. 5th and last. 20 out. 4.5 left to play. What do? Metcalf puts it in over the top for Watini Zalesniak, who doesn't compete. They let Bostock take it, and they drive him backwards. Well played there, Warriors. Well played. Going to be tough now. The Dolphins inside their own 10. That's tackle 2 already. Asako heads back into midfield. From dummy. Oh, that's a huge hit from Fisher Harris. Was it high? It was. Penalty to the Dolphins. Well, James Fisher Harris, that was just silly. They didn't need to do that late in the tackle count. I mean, time will surely escape them, the Dolphins. But that is just silly from Fisher Harris. Completely unnecessary. Really didn't need to do that. And he's going to be on report. Direct contact. He's off for 10. He's off for the rest of the game. Fisher Harris has been sin-binned for the remainder of this game. 3.5 to play, 13 on 12. Shoulder contact to the face. Fisher Harris. Off he goes. They're going to be down a man. Dolphins find touch on their own 40. They tap and go. 3 minutes with a one-man advantage. 16 points to 6. Katoa to Kafusi. Kafusi puts the head down, takes it up over halfway. They have to score off this set. The Dolphins. Katoa back to the short side. Nikorima, flat pass. Surely forward, not called. Tackle 3. Nikorima from dummy half has got Katoa. Just completely clueless in attack here. Directionless from the Dolphins. Offload, keeps the ball alive. Vinifuerki, 20 out. 2.5 to play. They've got a man advantage, but they keep going up the middle. Nikorima now sends it wide to the hammer. They've got a 3-on-2. Herbie Farnworth will score. It's still game on. Herbie Farnworth races back. They want to take this kick quickly. 16 points to 10. Kick to come. The Warriors are down a man. Fisher Harris, with complete silliness, got himself sent off. And the Dolphins finally go wide. They got a 3-on-1. Farnworth should have given it to Bostock, so I got my money back. Wow. James Fisher Harris, what have you done, sir? 16-10. Asako from the sideline. Time starts to tick down again. Asako from the sideline, hooking it back nicely. He's put it through. 16-12, a minute 40 to go. They will get a full set of 6 here. 13 on 12. The Dolphins will have a full set of 6. 13 on 12. A minute 40 is enough to get through 6 tackles. They've got to go the length of the field, though, of course. Jacob Laban with the game-breaking try as it stands at the moment. Dolphins have to go the length of the field. 1 minute 46 to play. Well, at least we got a little bit of excitement in the end. Warriors with the restart. Asako takes it. And Francis Molo takes on Mitch Barnett. 10 metres out from their own line, the Dolphins. This is it, their final chance. Fini Fuaki up the middle. Slow play the ball. Katoa dummies inside, takes the line on, brings it out to the 30. That's play 3. Nikorima out the back to the Hammer. They've got an overlap again, but space ran out. Hammer takes it into contact. Tackle 4. On halfway. Inside the last minute. 2 plays left for the Dolphins. Katoa onto Avarillo. Well shut down by Adam Pompey. Pompey has been immense tonight. 5th and last. They've got to run it. Katoa to Nikorima. This is where they've had success. Puts the kick through for Bostock. Bostock needs the bounce. He toes through and into touch. Bostock toes through into touch. And that'll be the game. Bostock got the second kick in, but it goes straight into touch. Just didn't get the angle on it. Bostock skews it off the side of the boot. Boy, at least we had some excitement. Wow. That was one of the most boring games we've ever seen up until that last 10 minutes. Unbelievable finish. 16 points to 12. The Warriors have held on, but nothing more. How crucial that try from Jacob Laban. James Fisher-Harris. Brain explosion, central. Gave the Dolphins a sniff, and they very nearly took it. I mean, honestly, I don't think you realize how close that was. The kick through from Nikorima was perfect. Bostock got his foot to the ball. It just skewed off the side of the boot. If that went back infield, it's probably the match-winning try. It was that close. And it was Fisher-Harris getting sent off, giving them the chance. Oh, Warriors, though, outright second. They've held on for the victory. 16 points to 12. I mean, let's be honest, though, very unconvincing fashion. But, like I said, credit to them. They played at Suncorp. They had to go back across the ditch for a home game. Back to Suncorp the following week. The back and forth, the travel, would have taken it out of them, surely. So, I mean, credit to them for holding on. They must have been so gassed by the end of that. Now outright second on the ladder, and deservingly so, in my opinion. My humble opinion. A very deserving result for the Warriors. Now, the fact that it was only a 4-point margin in the end, all the conversation post-game is going to be about that knock-on. That's the unfortunate thing. We've ended up seeing an exciting game of footy. The end saved it. And all we're going to hear about is that missed knock-on. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that we see another good game of footy, and all we're going to be talking about is that knock-on. Well, not us. We won't talk about it. But I mean the media. Because we've got something else to worry about. We've got the Cowboys Manly coming up, and then the Sharks versus the Storm. Should be another cracking couple of games. Look, I've gone for the Cowboys at the moment. Jeez, I've really got a feeling that Manly bounce back. I have got a real sneaky feeling that Manly bounce back in this next one. But we'll see. All right, Waste of Water Sports. I'm going to go get ready for this next game. So I'll end the stream here, but we'll be back live in about 20 minutes for Cowboys versus Manly. Catch you there. Cheers.